Hello friends, welcome in the third lecture of Theory of Estimation. In this lecture, I will deliver lecture on examples on biased and unbiased estimator. Example number 6 is, suppose x1 and x2 are independent gamma distribution with parameter 1 upon theta, comma 1, and t1 is equal to x1 plus x2 upon 2 and t2 is equal to 4 upon pi under root of x1 into x2. Show that t1 and t2 are unbiased estimator of theta. So to solve this, first what information is given? X1 and x2 are independent gamma. Means what? Expected value of x1 is equal to expected value of x2. The mean is same, that is theta, for both the distributions, because when x follows gamma with alpha lambda, when our x follows gamma with alpha lambda, in this case expectation of x is lambda upon alpha. So here alpha is 1 upon theta and lambda is 1. So 1 divided by 1 upon theta. So answer is theta. That's why we write here expectation of x1 is equal to expectation of x2 is equal to theta. Then if we start by expectation of t1, which is equal to expectation of x1 plus x2 upon 2. So which is equal to expectation of x1 plus expectation of x2 divided by 2. So what is expectation of x1? Expectation of x1 is theta plus x2 is also theta divided by 2. So twice theta upon 2. So answer is theta. Therefore T1 is unbiased estimator of theta. So first part is completed. The second part, here we start by expectation of T2. So which is equal to 4 upon pi expectation of under root of x1 into x2, which is equal to x1 and x2 are independent random variables. So we can write this as a 4 upon pi expectation of under root of x1 into expectation of under root of x2. So to get the answer for expectation of under root of x1, which is equal to, what is the range for gamma distribution? It is from 0 to infinity. Root of x1 into f of x dx, correct? So which is equal to integration from 0 to infinity x1 raised to 1 by 2, correct? F of x is the PDF of this distribution is when the parameters is 1 upon theta comma 1, f of x is 1 upon theta e raised to minus x upon theta dx. Because when x follows gamma with alpha lambda, in this case f of x has the formula alpha raised to lambda divided by gamma lambda e raised to minus alpha x raised to lambda minus 1, correct? So according to that, alpha is what here? Alpha is 1 upon theta, correct? So 1 upon theta raised to 1, so 1 upon theta. Then gamma 1 is 1, e raised to minus alpha x, that is e raised to minus x upon theta, and x raised to 1 minus 1 is x raised to 0, so that term will get cancelled. So which is equal to So 1 upon theta is constant, we take outside the integral. Integration from 0 to infinity. Here the x raised to 1 by 2. So we can write this as three by 2 minus 1, correct? 3 by 2 minus 1. So 3 by 2 minus 1 is 1 by 2. E raised to minus x upon theta dx. So you know the formula for the general formula for gamma distribution, integration from 0 to infinity, e raised to minus x raised to n minus 1 dx has the formula gamma n divided by a raised to n. So according to this formula, we can write this as 1 upon theta. So here the value of a is 1 upon theta, n is 3 by 2. So gamma 3 by 2 divided by a means what? 1 upon theta raised to power 3 by 2. So which is equal to theta raised to power 3 by 2, correct? Square root theta, because theta raised to power 3 by 2 and theta raised to 1. So what is remaining? Theta raised to 1 by 2 means square root theta, and gamma 3 by 2. So this is your expectation of x1 or expectation of square root of x1. We can simplify this as gamma square root theta into gamma 3 by 2 we can write as a 3 by 2 minus 1 into gamma 3 by 2 minus 1, correct? So which is equal to square root theta, and this term 3 by 2 minus 1 is 1 by 2 and gamma 1 by 2. But we know gamma 1 by 2 is square root pi, correct? So we can replace that. So we get which is equal to square root theta and pi, square root pi, because gamma 1 by 2 is square root pi upon 2. So this is the answer for expectation of square root of x1 or x. So similarly, expectation of square root of x2 is same term. So by putting in the expected value of t2 as the formula 1 upon pi that is 4 upon pi. Expected value of square root of x1 is square root theta pi divided by 2. Again, expected value of square root of x2 is, that is square root theta pi divided by 2. So here 4, this 2 into 2 gets cancelled, pi, and this square root pi into square root pi is pi. So pi also gets cancelled. Square root theta into square root theta is theta. So expected value of t2 is theta. Therefore t2 is an unbiased estimator of theta. Okay, example number 7 is, suppose x1 x2 dash up to xn is a random sample from gamma distribution with parameter theta comma 1. Show that t is equal to n minus 1 upon summation of xi is an unbiased estimator of theta. The condition if n is greater than 1. So here first thing is we have to find the distribution of summation of xi. What is given? the given xi follows gamma with parameter theta comma 1. We know summation of xi, we take this as a y that follows gamma distribution with theta comma n, because addition of lambda n times 1 plus 1 plus 1, so that is n. Then the PDF of y, that is f of y, has the formula. Here this term is alpha, this is lambda, correct? So alpha raised to lambda means theta raised to n divided by gamma lambda means gamma n, e raised to minus alpha x, e raised to minus theta y, then x raised to lambda minus alpha raised to lambda divided by gamma lambda, e raised to minus alpha x, x raised to lambda minus 1 means y raised to n minus 1. So this is the PDF of gamma distribution with parameter theta comma n, correct? So here we start expected value of t, so which is equal to expectation of n minus 1 upon summation of xi we replace by y, correct? So one of n minus 1 is constant, we take outside the integral, so n minus 1 into expected value of 1 upon y, so which is equal to n minus 1 is constant, correct? Expected value of 1 upon y we get by using formula gamma distribution, range of gamma distribution, integration from 0 to infinity 1 upon y into f of y dy, which is equal to n minus 1 as it is, integration from 0 to infinity 1 upon y. What is f of y? Theta raised to n upon gamma n, e raised to minus theta y, y raised to n minus 1 dy, correct? So which is equal to n minus 1 constant as it is, integration from 0 to infinity, constant term we take outside the integral, so theta raised to n is constant, we take outside the integral, divided by gamma n, correct? So what is remaining inside this? Okay, n minus 1 gamma n theta raised to n, integration from 0 to infinity. What is remaining here? Y raised to n minus 1, again minus 1 because y raised to 1 is there, and if we write this in the numerator, so n minus 1 minus 1 is there, e raised to minus theta y dy, and if you compare this term with the general formula integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus ax, x raised to n minus 1 dx, which is equal to gamma n upon a raised to n, so which is equal to n minus 1 upon gamma n theta raised to n. Then here the a value of a is theta and value of n is n minus 1, correct? So we'll get gamma n minus 1, correct, divided by a is theta, so theta raised to n minus 1, so which is equal to n minus 1 divided by gamma n we can write as a n minus 1 into gamma n minus 1, theta raised to n minus 1, what is remaining? Only theta will be remaining, and here gamma n minus 1. So gamma n minus 1, gamma n minus 1, and this n minus 1 gets cancelled. What is remaining? Only theta. Therefore, t which is equal to n minus 1 upon summation of xi is an unbiased estimator of theta. Correct? Okay. Example number 8 is, if x1 x2 dash up to xn is a random sample from the probability distribution with PDF, f of x is equal to e raised to minus in bracket x minus theta, x is greater than equal to theta and 0 otherwise. Show that t is equal to x bar minus 1 is unbiased estimator of theta. To solve this problem, first we find expected value of x. Expectation of x, which is equal to, what is the range here? The range of x is from theta to infinity, x into f of x dx, which is equal to integration from theta to infinity x, f of x is e raised to minus in bracket x minus theta dx, which is equal to, here the range is from theta to infinity. So to convert this into gamma distribution or compare with the gamma term, so we need the range from 0 to infinity. For that, we replace the term x minus theta by y. If I replace x minus theta by y, so y is equal to x minus theta. And what is the value of x? So this implies x is equal to y plus theta and dx is equal to dy. And to get the range, when x is equal to theta, in this case, if I put here value of x is equal to theta, so theta minus theta is 0. So then your value of y is 0. And when x is equal to infinity, then y also infinity. So the new range is integration from 0 to infinity. And what is the value of x? That is y plus theta into e raised to minus the x minus theta is y and dx is dy. So which is equal to integration, if I take this term inside, so I will get integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus y and y raised to 1 we can write as a 2 minus 1 dy plus theta is constant, integration from 0 to infinity. So I can write here e raised to minus y into y raised to 1 minus 1 dy. Correct? So which is equal to, if we compare this term with the formula integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus ax x raised to n minus 1 dx, so answer is gamma n upon a raised to n. So here this term, in this term the value of a is 1, value of a is 1, correct, and value of n is 2. So gamma 2 divided by 1 raised to 2 plus theta into, here the value of a is 1 and n is 1. So gamma 1 divided by 1 raised to 1. So gamma 2 is 1. So 1 plus theta, correct? So this is the value of expectation of x. But we are interested to get the value of expected value of t. So expected value of t, which is equal to expectation of x bar minus 1, which is equal to expectation of x bar has the formula summation of xi upon n minus 1. So if you take expectation inside, you will get summation of expectation of xi upon n minus 1. Already we calculated expectation of xi, we put that value, so we'll get summation of 1 plus theta divided by n minus 1. But this 1 plus theta is constant, and that term addition of that constant term n times, so we'll get n into 1 plus theta divided by n minus 1. So this n gets cancelled, 1 plus theta minus 1, then finally we'll get theta. Therefore the value of t, which is equal to x bar minus 1, is an unbiased estimator of theta. Example number 9 is, let x1 x2 dash up to xn is a random sample of size n from normal distribution with mean mu and variance sigma square. Find c such that constant c, expected value of c upon n under root of summation over I is going from 1 to n xi minus x bar bracket square is equal to sigma. So here first we start by given terms, that is expectation of c upon n square root of summation of xi minus x bar bracket square is equal to sigma. So this term is given. C upon n is constant. We take first that term outside the expectation. Then expectation of, if I take this sigma in this side and if I divide that term, you get sigma square, correct? So square root of summation of xi minus x bar bracket square upon sigma square is equal to 1. But you know, this summation of xi minus x bar bracket square divided by sigma square, that follows chi-square with n minus 1 degrees of freedom, that is gamma with parameter 1 by 2 comma n minus 1 by 2, correct? So here we put that value. If we take summation of xi minus x bar bracket square upon sigma square is equal to u, then first we calculate this term, that is expectation of square root of summation of xi minus x bar bracket square divided by sigma square, so which is equal to expectation of square root u, which is equal to integration from 0 to infinity. The range of chi-square distribution is integration from 0 to infinity square root u f of u du, then which is equal to integration from 0 to infinity square root u f of u, because u is this chi-square with n minus 1 degrees of freedom. Then to write f of u, one by 2 raised to n minus 1 by 2 means alpha raised to lambda divided by gamma lambda means gamma n minus 1 by 2. into e raised to minus u by 2 and u raised to n minus 1 by 2 minus 1. So alpha raised to lambda divided by gamma lambda, e raised to minus alpha x and x raised to lambda minus 1. So here alpha is 1 by 2 and gamma is n minus 1 by 2. By simplifying this term is equal to, so 1 by 2 raised to n minus 1 by 2 is constant. This gamma n minus 1 by 2 is also constant. What is remaining? Integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus u by 2 and u raised to n minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, because here u raised to 1 by 2 is there, and minus 1 du. So by simplifying we get 1 by 2 raised to n minus 1 by 2 divided by gamma n minus 1 by 2 integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus u by 2 and u raised to n by 2 minus 1 du. So we compare this with the gamma function. Integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus ax x raised to n minus 1 dx has the formula gamma n upon a raised to n. So here the value of n is n by 2, which is equal to 1 by 2 raised to n minus 1 by 2 gamma n minus 1 by 2, and here gamma n by 2 by using this formula, and value of a is 1 by 2 raised to power n by 2. So which is equal to this n by 2 and this n by 2 gets cancelled, raised to power minus 1 by 2 will be remaining, and finally we will get root 2, correct, into gamma n by 2 upon gamma n minus 1 by 2. So this is the value of expected value of u. Then we put this value in the formula of expectation. So that answer is, this is your equation number 1, when we put all these terms in equation 1 we will get c upon n summation expectation of u, c upon n expectation of square root u is equal to 1. So this implies c upon n expectation of u we calculated, that term is root 2 into gamma n by 2 upon gamma n minus 1 by 2. So this is your expected value of u, and which is equal to 1. So by simplifying this, finally you will get answer. This implies c is equal to n into gamma n minus 1 by 2, and this term is multiplied, so square root 2 into gamma n by 2. So this is the value of constant c. Thank you.